Morning. How's it going? Let me just make sure everything's, it looks like everything's in frame. Sure. See if I can wake up a little bit by starting inking around the fringes here. Let's see. Hmm. Where'd the other one go? Oh. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize this was way the fuck over here. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Ah, shit. Yeah. Yeah, you're the only one here so far. No, I think there was a couple of people earlier, but I don't know. It's like they can feel the vibe before they come in sometimes. Or, after they come in, and it's extremely quiet. Yeah. Let me see here. So how's your Sunday going? Yeah, see, I'm not feeling this today, like at all. Yeah, just trying to kind of force my way through it here. Yeah, doing all right, I guess. I don't know. Quitting smoking, so I can't enjoy anything. How the fuck did I even draw this shit? Let's see here. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, no, it's can feel the breathing slowly getting better a little bit, but That's about the only thing. Well, that and the fact I'm saving a shit ton of money this way. So, I suppose that's a good thing too. No, I really don't. I try not to make it eating because that's kind of worked against me in the past. I should probably start picking up some gum or something. Or I can sit here and be miserable. There's always that option. Yep. We're all kids of the 80s and 90s, right? That's our thing. The normies will never know the depths of a nicotineless soul. All that kind of shit. Yeah, there's that too. And take solace in that. In having bled for my art, right? Not sure I like this. This is like the first time I'm doing a full-on shot of this gun from a profile. And I was like, ugh. I've been kind of been able to avoid it up until now. No, that's well, I mean, in terms of like just torturing myself endlessly, sure, there is that, I suppose. I don't know. Just kind of fucking making shit up here now. Um, Not a whole lot yet. I mean, I guess briefly here and there for the Indiegogo thing or Kickstarter or whatever you do. I don't know what the best way to go is, but I don't know. I'm not super stoked about the idea. So I know you got to sell to make that shit successful, and selling is not something I do well. Let's see here. About there? Yeah, sure. It's kind of thing where it's like, I'd like to just be able to go, you know, I did the drawing and the writing. Somebody else can do the selling. No, 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 no. I can't even convince him to come on the channel. We've talked about it a few times. He'll help a little bit with the editing and the writing and stuff. That's about the extent of it, I think. And I don't blame him. It's one thing when I'm, like all gung ho about my own shit. It's like, yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Good for you. Yeah, now you should help me. What? You know, I didn't sign up for that shit. Let's see here. Sure. Why not, right? Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. You don't know how many times I was going through that, being like, man, what's the upside of this? What am I getting out of this? What is anybody getting out of this? Am I just like kind of torturing myself for no gain for anybody? Like I was gonna say I always wanted to see what that series did. No, I didn't. I didn't give a shit. There was a brief time when I came up with the idea of doing that, covering that series, and it's like, yeah, that ought to be hilarious, and then you do it, and it's like, oh my god, that is like those aren't really even comics. Oh, sounds good, man. Yeah, and the petty stuff is just such a nice break from stuff like Richard Horry and Merritt Michaels and that kind of shit. And he only did those 2 issues, as far as I can tell. And he does seem to be just kind of this crazy fucking dude. He does like weird AI shit now, and just seems to have weird opinions on Instagram. Excuse me. Is that what we're doing? I would have thought so. Ugh. Hang on a second. Let me get a template for this. Now, is it a circle theoretically, or is it? I think theoretically it is a circle. Well, I mean, apart from the 2 issues he did of Bloodstrike that we covered, and the 1 issue of Brigade, I think it was Brigade number. Oh, what was it? Maybe number 5? I think so. and he's just not really any kind of good. I mean, you know, to be fair, he doesn't seem to have like it didn't seem like it was really even much of an ambition of his to become a comic artist. I don't know if he was like pressed into service when they ran out of guys or something. I don't know. Or that was his crack at it or whatever, and then they said, "Yeah, no, that's not going to happen." I still got to contend though, you know, like there were undoubtedly dudes who were momentarily not working, who you could have hired if you were in a jam, you know? And instead, you just, yeah, no, like, I don't know. It's like Rob's committed to just giving money to his friends, regardless of if they're any kind of good. I mean, you know, this is 30 years ago, too, so I don't know what kind of situation he's in these days, but 30 years ago, Rob needs to learn a thing or two, you know? What are the general shapes on this thing? Does this have general shapes? I think it does. Yeah, I mean, some of it, and I mean, I think a lot of it is it's interesting. A lot of it seems to be just experience from yelling at people on Twitter and back and forth, and you know, vice versa. Where his attitude is these days, where he just kind of ignores or just immediately shuts down people who sound like they might be talking remotely negatively about him. Mm, I mean, I don't know. This seems okay, I guess. Hey, how's it going, bud? Yeah, no, I don't do much in the way of tight pencils. I don't have the patience for it. Not when I'm doing the inks too. And of course, I say that like, you know, oh, if somebody else is inking, then I tighten it up. It's like, well, nobody else has ever inks it, so that's a theory. Yeah, I mean, I honestly would like to a lot of the time, but I get so impatient with it, and a lot of the inking I do is just kind of like I don't know, just improvisational anyway. That doesn't look right. I feel like I should photocopy this thing and keep pasting it up over stuff. Might not be the worst idea. A lot of them, probably, yeah. They're just as a time saving thing, I would think. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, of course, digital framing is extremely, I'm sure, is extremely easy in comparison. And you can Control Z. Always good. Ah. Yeah, sure. I'm definitely the authority. And in future, I would encourage you to keep watching unpublished people to find out how to how to get better at drawing. Maybe not. What the hell is that? I appreciate it, man. It just strikes me as funny, you know. I mean, like you get those moments where it's like, man, it'd be nice if like somebody hired me for shit. I was like, okay, so like maybe promote yourself. It's like, fuck off, man. I got videos to make. Well, no, not necessarily hiring out to like the big two or anything. I don't think that would benefit me much in any way. Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a few Jim Lee streams and it's like, yeah, okay, that looks nice. And it's like, okay, I didn't absorb anything from that, but hey, well done, Jim. Whereas guys like me, who ink on the fly for everything, and so continually make mistakes, and then do an external dialogue, well, just a dialogue about how to go about fixing that. I suppose that would help out more. Assuming the end result is decent. This one doesn't look too bad so far, though. Is this still the L3? Yeah. I'm gonna spend like an hour on this fucking gun, though. um, no, I can't be a wizard. You gotta try and say it like a 10-year-old trying to pretend he can act. Yeah, sure. Is there generally more here? Like a little bit, but. Man, I hope not. At this rate, I should be done in maybe like 15 minutes, I think. Maybe 20. I guess we'll find out. But like once this is done, I should keep coming. I should just keep photocopying this. Okay. And Sylvestrify. Sure. We've talked. I've talked a little bit about teaming with Robert Norton. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure how it'll work because I'm, like I guess I have done it a couple of times so far, and I got a couple more in the can actually, with some more team up revisits. The thing is, I mean, usually when I do a team up revisit, it's with somebody who doesn't do revisit videos, so I don't have to take into account what they've already talked about on YouTube. Fuck's sake. trying to be a little bit faithful to the gun I completely freestyled last time. It's not wise. Oh, that's cool. Dual streams with conversations. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I know that would be the idea. Is just doing like 2 regular videos, maybe. Assuming he would be down for that, I suppose. And I don't think I'm really in danger of running out of 90s videos anytime soon. At least not for the next year, because I do have a schedule, like a loose schedule I can stick to for the next year. Although I've got some 80s comics fit in there too to kind of break it up. Oh, and well, not just that. I've also got a series that I've thought about doing for pretty much since I started, and kind of went, nah, that'll never. People won't watch that shit. And now I don't give much of a shit if people watch it or not, because like everything's kind of seemed to even out now, where the channel's not really growing. So it's like, fuck it, just do what you want. So, and that will spaced out over the course of the schedule. That will draw everything out quite a bit. Sure. I don't feel like that quite matches up the energy, but that's okay. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, and, hey, Steele, I kind of mixed him with Mr. Green here. Still not used to the glasses for some reason. Anything that's not right in front of my face tends to fuzz together. How's this looking anyway? This is looking like, nah, it's all right, I guess. I don't give a shit. What makes you think I would watch a Fantastic Four movie? I never saw the first 2 Jessica Alba ones. And whoever else was in that shit, Michael Chiklis and all that. Oh, and that guy who went on to be Captain America, I guess. I don't think I watched. I might have watched the first one of those. I did not watch the Rise of the Silver Surfer thing. It didn't help that I was working in a video store at the time. So like, I'd get Well, I mean, for one thing, I'd see all the fucking commercials constantly, and you get people coming in who just be like, I don't know what happened in that movie, you know. But like, there's like zero chance of that being a good movie. Everything these days is just a desperate attempt to try and find another $1 billion property, and it's like nobody, like, you're not gonna manufacture one anymore. Yeah, exactly. Marvel's dead to me. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Like Marvel hasn't been good since I stopped reading them in 1993. You know, or I don't know. Maybe they have occasion, but I haven't given a shit. Yeah, they're doing Shalabal, who is a who was a Silver Surfer in an alternate timeline, I guess, as opposed to just being Silver Surfer's dead girlfriend. So they're going with that. I don't know why. All that stuff seems kind of silly. All the gender swapping stuff, because it's like what's the purpose of it? Are you trying to reach a new audience? Well, no, because they don't give a shit. You know, people who want to watch comic book movies will watch comic book movies. They won't care about any of that kind of shit. You're not going to get any kind of. I guess maybe you get extra nice press or something, but and then you're alienating people who've been reading the comics, which is like your actual kind of core audience. It's like, all right, I'm sure that'll work out well for you there. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. Has Marvel done anything interesting in, yeah, like 10, 15 years? What was the last big thing I heard about? Maybe Civil War? Still don't think I ever read it. Well, it's, I think they get stuck listening to marketing experts who are like, yeah, no, you got to, I don't know, push engagement on the socials. And it's like, that doesn't actually lead to anything, though. It doesn't lead to money. Not like, making a good product, but like that's difficult. Whereas, you know, pursuing social agendas, that's easy and a little bit lazy, but whatever. But I feel like I shouldn't get into this. I feel like I've done a decent job of obscuring any kind of political opinions I've had up until this point. It's like, shit, don't let them know what you think. Then it'll get out. See, I've never heard of Cabal, uh, or unless it's cable, but I don't know what that is. I think I watched the first episode of Werewolf by Night, if you're talking about the show, which seemed fine. I wasn't super interested in it, but it seems okay. Yeah, no kidding. And I disagree that I don't think it's good for Marvel to be shit because, like, they're a market leader and nobody else is stepping up. So, when your market leader is like just in the toilet, that doesn't help anybody. Yeah, no, it's true. They did stop marketing kids, which was a big mistake. It's like, yeah, let's just market to the 40-year-olds and then let's hire a bunch of people in their 20s who hate the fact that they had to sell shit to 40-year-olds. Around there. That's the thing. I don't like anime either. It's like most of this shit is just kind of, yeah, unenjoyable for me. I feel like this should be a bit more like that. This is what I get for faking all the perspective in this thing. Is that now the perspective kind of looks like garbage. I guess that was inevitable. Yeah, no, I just don't. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV personally. A little bit here and there, but it's mostly when I don't know, like processing stuff, like videos and shit. So I don't want to get too involved in anything. And I mean, it's tough to get over the um, prejudice I had against it when I was a kid, which is that anime is lazy. I mean, I know it's not, but again, this was when you're like 15 and you're learning how to draw, and somebody else can just do the whatever, you know, and it and make it look the same every time, and it's like a formula thing. It's like, well, no, that's not as good. You suck. Your whole genre that you want to draw in sucks. Don't get that anywhere near me. And it's kind of slowly gone the other way where it's like, oh no, it's good, but like, I still have that little bit of a thing when I first hear about stuff where it's just like, oh, it's anime. Oh fuck, I don't even want anything to do with it then. Oh, I know that there are a lot of kick-ass anime films out there. I mean, yeah, I've tried every once in a while to get into stuff. I think I watched like the first couple episodes of Berserk. I tried watching the Castlevania thing for a little while. I think there were a few other ones. I think I wanted to try watching Chainsaw Man, but I don't want to have to subscribe to fucking Crunchyroll. I mean, yeah, if it's, I don't watch other cartoons either. If that helps explain stuff, or really much in the way of TV shows. This thing's just about dead. Yeah. Oh shit. I've been ignoring it for a while here. um, let's see. There is so much of it, yes. I mean, you hear about stuff like I saw Ninja Scroll back in the day, and I thought that was awesome. And then never really watched it again. I watched Akira again recently, and understood more of it than I did when I was a kid. So that's something. I don't know. I watched maybe half, 2/3 of an episode of Berserk, and I didn't get into it in that time. So it's like, you had your window, you know. I just ordered some microns. Yeah. Um, yeah, I probably should have gotten some of the whatever they called gas and feuds here. I think I have another one though. Do I have another one? I've still got 1,000 of the Tombos to work through, so I guess I could just like fill in with one of those in the meantime. Um, well, maybe I don't. Okay. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh well. Yeah, I did see Ninja Scroll back in the day, and I think I've checked out, like the odd 30-second clip here and there every once in a while. Since like every couple of years, like, oh yeah, where was that Ninja Scroll thing? I haven't heard of Doro Hidoro. Cowboy Bebop sounds like, isn't that one of those endless series? Yeah, sorry about all the rummaging. Yeah, like it's just I don't know, because I know I don't want to get like devoted to a series where it's just like, oh shit, I gotta watch the next one and the next one and the next one. It's like I don't have fucking time for that. Sure. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, maybe I'll check that out. I'll probably forget, so don't be disappointed in me if I don't. But generally, if I'm not drawing or making movies or editing or making videos or editing videos, then I kind of don't know what to do with myself. So because I don't have like a couple of hours. It's generally like I've got like 20 minutes while something's processing. It's like, okay, I don't know, put on Fallout 4 again. Why not? And then I play that for like an hour and a half, right? and completely fuck up my schedule. You see, you're naming way too many things. Y'all gotta just like agree on which one's the best one, and then maybe I'll remember to watch that, but probably not. Uh-huh. I don't think he's ever hidden it. Is there another? Hey, I anybody who's into anime, that's cool. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of good shit in anime that I can't get from regular or like manga stuff. That a lot of the what's the word? Well, like intensity, but there's a lot in that you just don't get from Western comics. But I feel like I don't have the patience for it a lot of the time. And just generally trying to pick up something new is just like, no. I have things I like. What makes you think I have room to add to, more things to that? Yeah, there's the end. I mean, like that's a lot of TV too. A lot of it, unless you get lucky with something like Breaking Bad, where they have an end goal in mind. Most of the time it's just kind of spinning wheels and seeing how long we can keep the gravy train going. All right, this is supposed to be underlit, isn't it? Except that light coming in there too. Shit. I'll take your word for it. I'm sure they're very good. Ninja nonsense. Okay. I guess that's the other thing. Is just like, okay, when do I accidentally randomly stumble onto hentai? Hmm. Yeah, no, shorter formats do work. I think I watched all of um that. What was it? Love, Death, and Robots thing because because there are they're short format. Like in addition to all being one shots, a lot of them are like 10 minutes, and it's like, oh fuck, I can get behind that. And now I couldn't tell you about most of the ones I saw, but I did watch them. Nope. Ah, I guess that makes some sense. It's the random sci-fi feeling to it. That's cool, but I don't know how much cachet the heavy metal brand has anymore. Like, do kids know what that is? Anybody younger than 30 know what that is? They might. I'm incredibly out of touch, but all right. Yeah, no, I'm sure there are. Just a lot of time you end up like, what's a good this genre, and you end up on some, I don't know, some top 20 list that somebody who's barely heard of that genre made. Mhm. Nope. Get back here. I was reading. Yep, that's true. The heavy metal thing. Oh yeah, Spirited Away. I watched that a bunch because my kids watched that a lot growing up. It is very good. I think that might be the only one of those. What is it, Miyazaki movies I've seen? But I mean, I think it was a good one. So. Oh, that's the 003. That's incorrect. Oh no, that's true. Yeah. Or heavy metal would have been just as a genre would have been just starting out. Really, there probably wouldn't have been too many things described as that. Yeah, I never saw any of the other Miyazaki ones, so any recommendations are always good. I probably won't watch them, but recommendations are always fun. Is that what we're doing? I think we're doing this. Oh, good. I mean, I'm never gonna disregard manga backgrounds because those tend to be fucking nuts. So thank you, appreciate that. It's a fucking tightrope, I gotta say, because I'm trying to get a bit more diligent about backgrounds, but I'm trying to enjoy myself, and the two do not go hand in hand. So finding some kind of middle ground in there is kind of a constant battle. Some of the backgrounds turn out okay. I'm all right with them. I just never enjoy them. it almost never happens where I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is a very good version of this thing I'm doing, or I'm enjoying the rendering, or nothing. It's just like, fuck. How many more lines before I can give up on this drawing? Like, how long until I can trick them that it's done, and then move on? Nah, maybe I should try not to stain my hand too much. Gotta love these lines that probably will not show up in a printed format, but and really don't add a whole lot. Like, they don't look good. But like, if it's just flat white, then my brain gets upset. Where's that glove thing? That would probably help with the smudging. There we go. Seeing as that's what it's designed for. I did watch a bit of that Secret of Nim again. I never, yeah. After that day, I forgot to pick it up again. And it's like, man, I was really enjoying that animation. Yeah, I don't recall the Secret of Nim being traumatizing exactly, except for that one scene where the house is sinking into the mud. I think that's probably the climax, isn't it? And I have fears of both drowning and like claustrophobia. So, which probably are at least partially stemming from that scene. Now that I think of it, it's a very upsetting scene. I don't know why I thought this series of panels was a good idea. It's it's like repetitive, but because I changed the angle in every panel, I can't photocopy anything. And it's just like, narration shit. Just stuff to have like a camera panning over. Well, we get some kind of popo descriptive shit going on. Ah, there you go. I don't remember the Black Cauldron. Like I remember the title, but I don't remember what it's about at all. I kind of remember that sloth-looking guy. That's about it. That was what the Black Cauldron was about, the Goblin King thing. All right, I'm thinking like David Bowie. All right, here we go. Brain, it's your time. Just to kind of add an extra layer, this guy here is probably drooling. That should be a little bit thicker. And some of these shadows I just kind of subbed in are going to need to get dropped out again. That's okay. Huh, interesting. Okay. The Mike Plug thing. I don't know if I know Mike Plug for much of anything other than Frankenstein comics in the 70s. I happen to have one of those. Probably should have tried to like measure these out a little bit more. Except that it's on a diagonal, so I don't know that that would have really accomplished much. Oh, those feel like they're spreading out a little bit that way. Here, let's see if we can shorten that up. Gotta love not having a process, right? It's the best way to go. Oh, I just saw the steel thing here. Will Popo attack Blood Force for not checking up on him later? That's a good question, actually. um, I don't think so. I do every once in a while remember that Blood Force have completely failed to acknowledge that Popo is missing for like 3 issues now. And I think at the end of it, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Popo," and just kind of give the impression this happens all the time. Popo is the Kevin of Blood Force's Home Alone. Yeah, I like that. I like that comparison. Well, he's very determined to be a loner. So it's like every once in a while that actually happens. Like, oh, well, I mean, you asked for that. Don't do the helmet. Thank you. Ah, fuck it. Now, what is that? That's. I'll figure that out after. That's gonna have to be something that blends in, or I could white it out, I suppose. But yeah, loner in a team. It's always the best thing, right? Come on. It's like I'm in the middle of lettering the comics now. That I've kind of like started to figure that out. I think some people are going to be a little shocked at how dumb this comic is. I do like the idea of somebody picking this up in the spirit of Image and not reading the dialogue and just being like, "Yeah, no, I like this art. It's cool." It's like, "Yes, you are my people." And then giving to like a friend to read, and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Do you know about these? Like, do you know that all these characters are idiots?" The Max Dreamus thing is, I mean, I don't really have any plans for a relationship. I have plans for her to like, um, kind of unknowingly flirt with everybody at one point or another. But I think an actual relationship with anybody, or like just it getting beyond um like innuendo, is like, nah, I got no interest in that. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's good to see you. That should be a little bit deeper. Sure. Oh, it's starting to gurgle. See if I can ignore that for a while. This I should be measuring. Inches it is too. What's an approximate measurement here? Going forward, anyway, because it's too late to save these ones, but a little bit more than half an inch. Yeah. Let's see here. Should be around here. Oh, that's a bit much. Ah, come on, stay still. Okay, that's under there. Yeah, got a little bit over the line there. That should do it though. Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go so far as to say I regret the greats. I mean, if I didn't have greats, it would feel like something was missing. They're just a pain in the ass. At least they're like, fairly easy to draw. I'm doing them fairly formulaically. Yeah. Well, so much for that thing. Because if you always underlight them, then a grate is always just a black grid that you can, do. And yeah, I mean, like that's the easiest thing to put in perspective, right? Theoretically. Not when you half-ass everything like me, but come on. It's funny I say half-ass, and then it's more just like thoughtlessness, and then having to spend extra effort cleaning it up after it. Okay. Stay. Come on. What the fuck? How do we get to chest hair? I don't think chest hair's ever made an appearance in Blood Force yet. I feel like we will have to do that at some point, just to honor like the many John Byrne 4 foot tall characters. This thing done now? Kind of seems like it. Okay, so how long does that take? An hour and a half on one panel. I don't even think that's a terribly bad rate. Yeah, kind of halfway between. That's the problem, is that the panel's a little too skinny. So if that is, let's see, well, if we're doing it that way, we're going to have to do a fucking vanishing point now, aren't we? Okay, theoretically around there. I'll just wipe this out after, or leave it as like a weird little detail. Son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, well, that's just kind of an outline on these so that I don't lose track of them, because they will get smudged into oblivion eventually. Okay. Man. The last comic I bought, I take it we're not counting back issues from the 90s. I don't buy them new anymore. I haven't for a long time because I don't have access to a comic shop. I don't know. If I'd seen anything on the shelves, like even when I go into a comic shop, I don't look on the shelves to see what's new. I think probably one of the most recent ones I got was Berserker #1, which I haven't really looked at too much yet, but I felt like I should get it. Nope. And checked it out. It's like, yeah, no, that looks pretty good, and then didn't really actually read it. No, I know you can purchase online. It's just like it's a gigantic pain in the ass. I prefer going into a store. I don't really have an option to do that. No, it should be more regular than that. 2, yeah. Actually, even there, that should be every one, I think. I guess I've ordered a couple of I've gotten a couple of PDFs when I can do that easily. But I dislike reading on the computer, so don't do that too often either. Sure, that works, I suppose. Comic sniffer? You're making it sound a bit like a what's the word? A fetish there. Oh, this is gonna take forever. No, I don't think I am. I don't mind the smell of old comics, but it's not a priority when I get one to be like, wait a minute, what's this one smell like? One of the few ones actually that I maybe the only one, apart from when you get one from from a bad source and open up the bag and it immediately smells like mold because that's always fun. There's one site where you can buy comics for like super cheap for like $1, plus shipping or whatever. I was like, oh fuck yeah, no, I got to get in on that. And then like I don't know, 3 or 4 of them came back just like absolutely reeking of mold. It's like, okay, that's not a comic, that's junk. It's like you sold me your garbage there. Way to go. But in terms of enjoying the smell of a comic, Dracula motherfucker, which is funny to just say it like that. Like just the whitest guy in the room. Which isn't inaccurate. There's nobody else in here, but you know. No, that had like an old library smell to it, and I appreciated that. I was, and it looked nice too. The story was like non-existent, unfortunately. That was rather disappointing. It's kind of like a Dario Argento movie. Very interesting to look at, and like nice atmosphere, and then nothing happens. No. Um, I don't want to say it's like a Liefeld comic because there was more to it than that. It's just I think anyway. It's just like, oh man, yeah, no, that does break it down in a way I'm uncomfortable with. Because there's a definite aesthetic to it that I dig. It's kind of like a 70s feel, or that's what it's going for anyway. I don't know if it 100% achieves it, but what the hell? But I guess yeah, you could describe a Liefeld comic that way too, couldn't you? But yeah, that was particularly disappointing because I'm like, oh shit, is it an actually cool Dracula comic? Because those are so rare. Even the Gene Colan ones, like you wouldn't call them cool a lot of the time. They're very nice to look at. Ah, come on, fucker. This is not the last page of greats in this comic. In fact, this comic will have more greats per capita than the last couple did, which might put it up in terms of more greats per capita than most comics. Oh, that's a good question. I guess it would depend on how much he's offering. And I don't think it's enough because it would have to be enough to like sustain myself for a while. It's hard to say because I mean, like you get into that Liefeld inner circle with like Merritt and them, and it's like, oh well, you can eke by on producing nothing. and just get Rob's buddies to do variant covers endlessly for you. Ah, come on. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think Liefeld owning part of Blood Force, I don't think I'd be happy with. Again, unless it's enough money. Because the whole point of Blood Force is just to, make drawing comics like a profession. It's not like I've got stories I'm dying to tell. It's more like, hey, I like these characters. I think they're pretty good. I think I can fit them into these stories. Yeah, no, he definitely is. So I don't think he'd want to make me an offer. I mean, particularly if someone says, hey, he's made videos about you. Just watches like one or two. That's not going to go very well. Rob doesn't like people who, don't blindly praise him. So I don't think that's going to happen. If he offered a lot of money but wanted Merit to redraw it, I mean, I might pay for that. As long as I'm retaining ownership in that scenario, I'm absolutely for it, and I would be like dying to see it. I think that would be hilarious. If I'm not retaining ownership, I gotta say no. In that case, I don't want that being the sole thing that's associated with Blood Force. Okay, so now what do you do with this? First of all, you wanted to get some. Kind of forgot about these plates that go along the outside of the hallway here. Where does that go to? Around there? Yeah, maybe. I would love to get Petty to do a variant cover for Blood Force along the line somewhere. It might just be better to try and fake a Petty cover. From what I can tell, that guy hasn't been involved in comics since 1994, so. This particular one, I guess this scene is kind of is more sci-fi as sci-fi thriller spy stuff uh as done in a comedy. So whatever that genre is. I think that should probably go to there. That'll work. Yeah, the image genre. Only funnier. Well, funnier than some. Brigade's kind of in its own class, but we're a good runner up for comedy. Anything goes as long as that particular creator says it's okay. I think you cut out like a couple here and there. Going the other way. That makes sense. But yeah, that might be fun doing like a fake petty um, variant cover. Oh, it's very subtle, the humor in Brigade. You'd almost think it was unintentional. Oh, weird. There's like a texture to the pencil going across here now. That would be great if it turned out all this time later that Brigade was like a knowing satire. And then I think, like I'm breaking ground by calling it out. And it's like, oh shit, no. You just pointed out all the things we intentionally did. That doesn't make any sense. If you blink, you'll miss it. And I think that's the point. Yeah, it's a good way to sum it up. Okay, let's see here. 3, yeah. Where the fuck does this thing end? Oh, shit. Way before then. Okay. This part is going to be all black, though, so that's okay. Oh, fuck no. Were they that clever? Fuck no. No, they cranked shit out because they figured they could make a profit real easy, and turns out they were right. And it didn't matter what the quality was. So why make it good? Making it good costs extra, either in terms of money or time. Whereas hiring the dude who lives in my basement costs next to nothing. Well, I mean, I'll pay him the same, but I don't have to go looking for anybody then. I was going to do like tubes and shit under here. Maybe I still will. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Todd's always wanted to be. Todd's Popo, really, where he insists on being a loner and bucking against the system, even if the system doesn't give a shit and wants to help him. And he schooled Rob that this was the way you have to be in order to survive, and you always have to think of the bottom line. So that's how Rob thinks now. Where just as long as it makes money, it's a success. Well, like he said in that, somebody gonna crash into my house? No. Okay, good. He said in that Heart D Fish interview, like he basically just slapped together, some character designs and threw that on the page and figured, okay, that'll make a bunch of money, and it did. It's not a comic though, or not a good one anyway. Like they weren't trying to accomplish anything, at least not in the short term. Max streams. Does Popo have? I don't know. If Popo had like a sidekick, that would be Rob. I feel like some fucking ginger, hyperactive, ADHD sidekick to counteract the Popo. This doesn't match up with this at all. Okay, the constant refocus is a pain in the ass here. Every time I look over it, it feels like it's refocusing. I'm not sure if I watched the Brave one. I'll take your word for it though. He does sound like a backup Disney character a little bit, so yeah, that might work. That goes all the way around. Now it's a little better. Yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit of a stretch here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear the dude using his chainsaw right outside my window here. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. So that gun's right there, theoretically. But then that hand's like supposed to be right over the threshold, but we'll just ignore that. Yep, we will. So that should be kind of receding a little bit. Well, probably more than a little bit. Oh, the dude with the chainsaw? I have no idea. I can't see him from here. I think he's straight out my backyard, actually. Does that work? Probably not. This is one of those pages where it's like, okay, everything that doesn't work, I'm hoping the text boxes distract from. Let's see here. Wait a minute. See, I wanted to have like a feeling of randomness where it's kind of falling diagonally, but I don't think I can pull that off. Maybe if I do it more like this, where it's a little bit diagonal. I think that might be closer to the mark. Mm-hmm. Hey, I mean, you could be that guy there, man. I don't know if I'd want to watch it as the thing. That sounds like a drag. I'm sure you can find it if you look, or at least something similar. Hmm. There's one from 4 months ago called "The Death of Western Entertainment," a totally not clickbait video. So, I like the outline of this thing. The actual details of it, maybe not so much, but let's see here. Like I said, I was going to do some tubes and stuff under here. I guess it's just going to look like extra lines, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Ow. Got a high pitched squeak going on. Where's that? Yeah, all right. Hey, Montoya, how you doing, buddy? We're all old here, man. I hate to tell you. I mean, when I talk about 90s comics, it's because I collected them when I was like, 10 or 11. I'm talking like early 90s. How are we doing for spacing here? That's not too bad, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Right? Yeah, so you fit right in. Oh, that doesn't work. Congratulations on being, a senior citizen who's into anime. That's probably an accomplishment, right? It's something worth noting. Like they'll put that on your tombstone and shit. I guess it kind of works. Kind of. Yeah. I should go there. Feels a little off. And he was so old. It was fucking crazy. Okay, I'm not sure on some of these angles. Let's do that. Sure. Oh, also, this thing is going to be underlit, right? So. I need to wipe that out a little bit, but. Yes, theoretically, there should be blood around the grates. I'll let the colorist take care of that. Assuming there's ever a colorist. Oh, there you go, right? The plasma guns. And we did establish in Blood Force issue 1, actually, that these are plasma cannons. That the regular clerk troopers use, anyway. I'm assuming that the ones. See, the thing is, there is some blood up here from when Popo just kind of shut the place up. So I really don't have a good argument against it. Unless just the ones that hit him. Like, he had two guns, so maybe the one on in his right hand didn't shoot plasma, but the one in his left hand did. So there you go. There's an explanation for it. That's a good one. I like that one. We had to really stretch to come up with one for this one, but I think we did okay. Okay, close out. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you should do it with a smaller brush. Sure. I think that kind of works. So many grades. I mean, the thing is, if I didn't have these grades, I don't know what the fuck I put in the background. So that is one thing. They do tend to fill things up, but it just takes forever to get them to do that. Okay. Where'd the dot go? There you are. No. Ten people in here to watch a man draw some grades, eh? Can't tell me I don't know what people want. Ah, come on, get back there. That's okay. A lot of people come in here and just like seem to put it on and then just start drawing, so I don't mind that at all. That is not that. Damn it, that wasn't free space. But I can't really fix it right now because I'm still freaking ruling shit, so that'll just smear everything. So I'll just have to try and remember afterwards. And how you doing, Paco? Ah, fuck, I keep doing it, don't I? Shit, yeah, I do. All right, I have plenty to do with the fixing up afterwards, at least. Hmm. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you drawing while tuning in. Everybody who draws while tuning in, y'all get a thumbs up from me. I would hit like on you drawing while tuning in if I could. Shit, that went too far outside the lines. Trying to correct and we ended up going too far. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, thanks, man. I don't even know if I like penciling that much anymore, just because like I feel like I gotta bear down too much to make anything stick around. Because I've been going straight to inks pretty much since I was a teenager. Where's the fucking line here? I think it worked out anyway, so it's okay. Almost there. For this one panel. And even then it's just like just doing the one direction. What happened? I missed the other ones here? Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. And looking forward to that slam. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of these. Sure. All right, so theoretically, if we want to grade there, yeah, these are just going to be like, because they're going off into oblivion here, they're going to have to theoretically get smaller, and I don't know how to do that at a decent rate. All the way over here, right? Yeah, because it's not a case of. No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. It's more of a ratio. Bullets. They eat lead. We're not into humanizing our villains in this one. I feel like it needs to be a slightly better or slightly steeper ratio than that. Although I suppose it is a fair question because at one point we discover in this issue that Popo is going to destroy like 80% of the rations on the ship, mostly by accident. So I suppose they do eat something, but there's nothing saying they can't. The rations aren't also lead. Okay, so well, at least we got to figure out one here. Okay, so theoretically, yeah, some of these are pretty wide apart. Oh well. Hmm. Just even look. I'm like, I have no idea if this looks right or not. Could be. This may be the last time we see Greats in this comic. where they'll just hear, oh shit, the last ship with the grates got destroyed. It must have been the grates. Yep, better send everything in solid paneled stuff, and stealth ships as well to avoid detection. So just completely black. We don't want to take any chances. No, that's too much. I don't think this goes too badly, really, but we won't really know until it shows up in ink, will we? Hey, Matt. Thanks, man. I don't mind this one. I like how the grip turned out on it, actually. Don't usually come up with anything cool for that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think this is really cutting it here, but oh well. Don't have many alternatives. Okay, not terrible, actually. No, I know. I'm trying not to make them look perfectly uniform. I'm trying to, like reduce the distance from panel to panel. But I mean, these ones are very obviously larger than these ones. It's just it's tough to do when you're eyeballing it. Like if this were a digital thing, it'd probably be extremely simple. But it ain't. So what can you do? Let's upgrade some shit a little bit here. 03. Yeah. Uh-huh. Has he ever had to draw a screen door in perspective? I'm sure he's got a method. And switch it to the 08. And switch it to the new 08 that isn't fading. And sure there's one in here. Let me see. Do I have to open a new one? Seems like it. So I should just call this the great stream going forward, just so people know what they're getting themselves in for. That should be split. Ooh, managed it, just barely. Okay. Hmm. It was all Danny all the time, eh? Or Larry, rather. Okay. Where's the L3? Okay, need the O2 now. Oh, I went all the way up on one of those, eh? That's nice. That's okay in this case, but okay, hang on. Let's see here. Stay put. And let's say every third one. Should be third or should be second? That was fourth anyway, so I guess it should be second. Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, you would have let the inker do it, absolutely. Or just, there would not have been grates. It just would have been flat, and he would have gone, okay, color it a little bit different color than the walls, so we know there's differentiation. Assuming he even thought of it at all, and then just crosshatch it out. Hmm. Oh, come on. And again, it's funny. Once this gets shrunk down, this is all going to bleed together. But I'm not happy with it the way it looks, so something must be done. Yeah. It's funny how far off you get when you think it's like, I'm going to just eyeball it. And yeah, no, the eyeball is way off there. Okay. Mm-hmm. The artist edition, yes, it will be impressive. Although it will also be all faded out because it's all microns. So there's that too. Not much, I guess, because I don't have much of a legal leg to stand on there. See if they wouldn't mind working for me, considering they require my content in order to publish anything. Or maybe they'd hire me. That would be the way to go, as the writer slash, well, pretty much just the writer, I suppose. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so here there will be far less grates. We'll have ceiling panels and everything. And there's the actual grates themselves, or the walls, the ceiling. There we go. That kind of thing. Try and centralize that a little bit. At the door we've kind of hinted at here. Okay, so that'll roughly be that. Yeah, I'm wiped. That helps, I think, a little bit. The fact that like I've got publication dates and everything on all this stuff, that probably helps in a copyright case. But like, I don't know if somebody actually goes and publishes it and everything, that might stand up more. I couldn't even say for sure. We're gonna do a little bit of damage on this, wasn't I? This is the thing. It's not just blacked out. It's or the damage wouldn't just be blacked out. It would be. It does have to be drawn a little bit. Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, I think after a while, it would just kind of slowly shut down because I mean, I don't make enough money off the YouTube for not by a long shot for it to be any kind of like side hustle even. this really looks like anything, but kind of, maybe a little bit. I appreciate it, man. There will be no drool. There will be no blood because you wouldn't be able to see it other than like I can't outline it. Maybe if I'm doing a close up, that'd be one thing, but it would be nice. But I think this holds up. Like this helps a little bit, just in the sense of like creating doubt, that sort of thing. I'm going, well, no, there is actually some kind of precedent for, yeah, no, there's a record that he's been doing this for this long. He didn't make it legal, but that kind of thing. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. 3.5 hours seems like a bit for largely drawing grades, which I kind of knew it would be, So we'll see if I can finish this off later in the week. I built up a bit of room on the schedule for the revisit, so maybe I'll actually take advantage of it instead of just using that extra time to just do more videos, which is what I usually do. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's turning out okay so far. How's it looking there from up here? Helps if I see because it wants to drop here. Not too shabby. It's a lot of ink. A lot of straight lines. It's not usually my thing. And again, it's going to be interesting when I obscure like a third of this with caption boxes, but I don't think I'll mind too much because some of this stuff here is just kind of blank space, really. It's just kind of white noise. But it helps when I see it on the screen actually, because I'm not like right up in it with my nose there. It helps give it a little bit of perspective. It's like, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. In some spots, some of the guns look a little bit bendy, but I don't think it matters that much. Hey, thanks, Star Comics. Appreciate it. What time is it over there? I assume you guys would be ahead of us. Yeah, you would. So isn't it like midnight over there or something? Jesus Christ, dude. Although I have been advised that late streams do work better. So maybe you're proof of that. Hey, I fucking nailed that. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take off. Thanks again for sticking around, guys. I appreciate it and helping make greats fun. I mean, it doesn't need that much help, but a little bit of assistance with making greats fun to work on is always appreciated. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord. Otherwise, I'll just regular schedule going forward for the videos. Maybe I'll actually do a commentary video next weekend. I kind of doubt it because just I don't know. I still haven't finished page 26. Did I ever do a commentary on 25? I can't even remember now. Doesn't even. I don't know. I'll have to look back. Anyway. Appreciate it, guys. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.